When you just look at the situation on paper, like there's no way that you would fire Dan Campbell. And the collateral damage of firing Dan Campbell would maybe crumble everything that he's built. But if you're a Lions fan and you look at what Ben Johnson's done in year one and what could have continued in Detroit, like I think that this season is obviously the start of it because Ben Johnson's no longer there and is now in Chicago and having success. But, I mean, should they have made the really, really difficult decision saying we wanted the offensive coordinator, we didn't want the head coach? And I know it's crazy to sound like that, but if we look back in 5 or 10 years and the Bears are having great success and Dan Campbell's message gets old and they don't have the success, Detroit's probably going to rue the day that they let Ben Johnson go.
Yeah, I agree with you that will be probably the sentiment if he doesn't nail the offensive coordinator hire in the offseason.
Yep. That'll be the hindsight. Yep.
Right. But I also don't think it was actually possible. Like Dan Campbell was so unbelievably well-liked, and he got so much of the credit. Mm-hmm. It's like you're not wrong, but the reality is like you can't fire Dan Campbell. You just can't. Could you? I mean, at some point, Ben Johnson wanted to be a head coach. The Bears was the one he had his eye on, and that was the one he got. I do think that making it worse is that he is in division. So now you see him twice a year. You're like, oh, are you kidding me?
Sure.
But I also don't think there's any reality where they could have coming off of the first consecutive quality seasons in our lifetime that the Lions have ever had, right? Like the Lions have literally been a punchline for a long time. Not as bad for the most part as the Saints, where they are now and where they were when we were kids. Not as bad as some of these other teams, but they just consistently sucked for a long time. You suddenly bring them, you're the focal point, you bring them to respectability, and then they go like, hey, we want your offense coordinator coach. Like there's just no reality to it. Even though you're not wrong. You're actually right. Like in terms of football coach, they had to have Ben Johnson, and not having another guy ready and you had a year lead up. That's the other part to it. It's like, hey, you had a year knowing Ben Johnson could have taken a job the year before, didn't, was going to take a job this year. You had to have somebody just follow him around, be that guy, and be ready for the second that he takes the job, and they didn't do that.
Yeah. Tanner Engstrom, too, left with Aaron Glenn to go to New York, and he was the passing game coordinator for the Lions under Ben Johnson. So there was more, they've lost more on that offensive coaching staff than just Ben Johnson himself.